everyone, my name is Kieran.
Shut up!
Sorry, guys. Welcome, hello everyone, my name is Kieran. Welcome to another Manchester United live debate. I'm sorry for all the noise in the background. I gave you lots of warning I was going to go live, and now I'm going live. So, tonight...
Start again.
Hello everyone, my name is Kieran. Welcome back to another Manchester United live debate. I'm back in the studio. I took a week off, I went on holiday, but I'm now back and it's so good to be back in the hot seat talking Manchester United with you guys. But I have to say, the support on the videos I did when I was away was absolutely mind-blowing. So thank you so much for all support, I really do appreciate it. But we are now back in the studio as normal with the green screen. We are back better than ever and ready to talk United. So we're going to start straight away. And welcome to the stream to everyone who has already joined us. Welcome the Horse T33N, welcome to stream. Welcome Dazzo, welcome to stream. Thanks for joining, mate. Welcome Nick as well, welcome to stream. And welcome Fergie United, welcome to stream, mate. By the way, if you want to go check out Fergie United's channel, his link is in the description down below. I'd really recommend it, so go and check out, link in the description down below, as well as all the other channels I would recommend that do Manchester United stuff. Go and check them out in the links in the description down below. Some absolutely fantastic content there. But in tonight's live debate, we're going to be tackling the situation, the idea: is Jose Mourinho the right man to take Manchester United forward? Is he really the man who's going to take us to success? Or has he run his course? Has he shown with his recent performances and the way he's been conducting himself that he can no longer continue as Manchester United manager being successful? All these questions will be answered in this stream by you guys and by me. We'll be giving our points of view and things like that. So If you are watching, please do feel free to leave a like as well. I'd really appreciate it. And feel free to just leave your comments, get your thoughts and opinions heard and known on the stream. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Do you think Jose Mourinho is the right man for Manchester United? Welcome Brother Gaming, welcome to stream. Welcome Red Army MUFC, said it's been a while. Yeah mate, it has been a while. I do apologize. I was on holiday for a week, but now I am back in the hot seat, as I said, ready to talk United, and I'm so glad I'm back. Welcome Roberto, welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Go check out Roberto's channel as well. His link is in the description down below. Nick says, should have never gone to Manchester United. So Nick saying there that Mourinho should have never gone to Man United. Well, I think when he first joined Manchester United, you could see he wanted a challenge, and I think he's always had kind of admiration for Manchester United. How, you know, Sir Alex Ferguson Sir Alex Ferguson ran the team and had so much success at United. And I saw in an interview when he first came to United with Rio Ferdinand for BT Sport that he was talking about how, you know, he wanted to manage for Manchester United. He thought the fans were incredible, and he really wanted to experience managing for Manchester United and give himself sort of that challenge. And he has taken the challenge, and in his first season he did really well, winning the first 2 trophies, obviously getting us back into the Champions League, with finishing the jigsaw of trophies we haven't won with winning the Europa League. So, you know, fair play to him in doing that. But unfortunately, these last 2 seasons, last season I thought he did alright, you know, 81 points, best since Sir Alex Ferguson, and in another Premier League season, 81 points would have been right up there challenging for the league title. So I think he did get judged a bit unfairly in his second season, but what we did see in that second season was the style of football coming through, and people, you know, in his first season, you could kind of forgive the style of play because his first season, you know, he's still trying to get to grips with United. But in his second season, yes, we were winning more games, but we were still having similar issues to what we were having last season with the style of football. And this season, those problems have not been fixed. He hasn't really been backed properly by Ed Woodward in the transfer window, and these problems have been transferred into this season. It seems, with not being able to sign a centre-back, we're still making defensive errors, and it seems all of it a bit of a mess at the moment at Manchester United. But yeah, I think Jose Mourinho chose to manage Manchester United because he wanted the challenge, and he certainly did get a challenge. And I think for anyone who is going to take over Jose Mourinho in the future, it still is going to be a very big challenge for them. Roberto says, Pizza is peng, mate, our brother gaming. Oh, yeah. He says, you've got a pizza face. Well, I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. I don't know what that means, but I'll take it. Fergie United says, not the right choice for United. We haven't progressed from the moment he came in. It's a fair comment. Obviously, you know, when he took over, Louis van Gaal had just won us the FA Cup. But we were out of the Champions League. Now, obviously, he was able to bring us back into the Champions League, which was, you know, a great step for him and great for the club, because I think everyone got sick of us playing Thursday nights, you know, in the Europa League. But I think after that, we were hoping that he was going to take the club even further forward and start properly challenging for the title. And we haven't really seen that. Last season, you know, Man City were far and away the best team in the country, and we didn't challenge them whatsoever. Yes, we were the best of the rest, but you know, really, as you know, Man United, we need to be right up there, challenging for the title, and we didn't really get that, unfortunately, last season. And the way this season has started, it doesn't look promising whatsoever. You know, with the likes of Chelsea, Man City, you know, Tottenham, all getting 9 points from the opening 3 games. You know, looking really, really solid. And we've already lost 2 games, which is the same amount as Man City lost in the whole of last season, which is a bit depressing. But there you go. We are in a bit of a mess at the moment. There's no doubt about it. And if we continue like this, we might even struggle to get top 4 this season, just looking at the strength of the teams around us. So we need to be wary of that. But I think in some ways Mourinho has, you know, taken us a bit further forward than what we saw on the Louis van Gaal. But in some ways, the football yesterday in the second half was very similar to David Moyes. Now, that was, what, 5 years ago now? So, that's not good signs at all. Roberto says, hey Fergie, yeah. Go check out his channel, by the way. His link is in the description down below. Red Army FC says, the team isn't performing. Jose actually changed up the tactics, so it can't be his fault for Spurs. Yeah, I mean, I do feel some sympathy for Jose Mourinho, to be honest. I think, you know, I just think that, you know, last night, if Lukaku buries that chance, if, you know, there's a lot of ifs and buts. And yeah, you know, it looks like I'm kind of clutching at straws for Jose Mourinho. But ultimately, I do think that I do have some sympathy for him. You know, the likes of Sanchez and Pogba aren't playing at all well, not playing up to his standards. And you can't set up for defensive mistakes. Yes, obviously it was his choice to play Jones and Smalling, but really you can't prepare for making defensive mistakes. And I think Jose Mourinho said, you know, the way he wins games is by, you know, not making defensive mistakes, taking your chances. And unfortunately, these past 2 games, we've made defensive errors, and that is going to cost us games. And I don't think that the tactics that Jose Mourinho has is the main problem. For me, I think some of the players have to look at themselves, and I don't know, guys, but obviously that's what the debate is about tonight. The debate is about whether it's Jose Mourinho's fault, whether it's the players' fault, or whether it is, of course, the board's fault for not backing Mourinho in the summer. But as I said, you guys can leave your thoughts in the live chat on that. Get your thoughts and opinions on that in the live chat. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Obviously, it's a debate, so I want to hear both sides of the argument. Whatever you guys think. Welcome, Matthew Coyle. Welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. He says the writing is on the wall. Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of Man United fans would probably tend to agree with you. I think, obviously, with the way he's conducting himself in press in press conferences and things like that, it doesn't look good for him. It does not look good for him. So we'll have to wait and see. Daza says, poor performance. Yeah, it was a shocking performance. It really was. I mean, I thought the first half performance actually was quite encouraging. I thought the way we kind of went out there and, you know, pressed, and it looked like the football that the United fans really wanted to see from Manchester United. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. It did not work out in the second half. It seems like we're not able to keep up a level of performance throughout a game, which is really disappointing. We need to work on that. We really do need to work on that. Roberto says, upload new vid. Make sure to check out, guys. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, go check out Roberto's channel in the link in the description down below. Some brilliant content. I do apologise that I'm so... There you go. I mean, I don't know why. The camera does seem to go out in and out of focus a bit, so I do apologise for that. Roberto also goes on to say, and doesn't make sense for Martial to sign a 5-year deal because he ain't going to play to his full potential under Mourinho. I mean, yes, obviously that is the other big news from today. reports, loads of reports coming out saying that Anthony Martial has been linked with a new deal with Manchester United and is set to sign a 5-year deal, which obviously I'd be happy about that. I really would be happy to see Martial stay. And I think it's also being reported, if I'm not mistaken, that Martial wants to try and outlast Jose Mourinho at Manchester United. So I think that could definitely be the what's going on. Obviously Martial is only 21, 22, and Mourinho, the way it's going, looks like he could potentially be gone by Christmas. I don't know, but so I think Martial. I think obviously it could be Ed Woodward as well, convincing him to stay, saying, I know you're not happy under Mourinho, but he's going to be gone in at the end of the season, and you'll be able to come in with a new manager and have a clean slate and start fresh. So I don't know what the thinking behind it is, but I'm happy that Martial looks like he's going to be signing, because I think Martial is one of those players which I'd hate to see lining up against us. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that Martial is set to be signing a 5-year deal. Hopefully we can see that go over the line before the Burnley game, just as some good news, isn't it? Because for the last few weeks the news has been really poor and it's been really negative. So hopefully if Martial is to sign a new contract, there'll be good news for us. Fergie Knight says, cheers guys, you make the community so welcoming. I'll be returning the favour by adding you to my description page. Well, that's great. Well, I mean, if you do want to go and check him out in the link in the description down below, feel free to do so. But yeah, this community is very, very welcoming. We all support each other. We all, watch each other's stuff. We all comment and things like that. And it's a great community. So we're great to have you on board, mate. We're great to have you on board. And yeah, if you want to go check out his channel, link as always in the description down below. Dazzles Forwardland says, have you got Skype up? Well, I haven't, but I think I will be able to if I try. I will be getting Skype up just now, so don't you worry about that, Daryl. But as I said, guys, keep leaving your thoughts in the live chat. I want to hear from you guys. And also, of course, if you are watching this as a little podcast kind of video thing, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is Jose Mourinho the right man to take us forward, or should we be looking at other options, other people to apportion blame to, like Ed Woodward, or even the players? Do you think the players should take some responsibility as well? Leave your thoughts, as always, in the live chat or in the comment section down below. Let me just try and get this up. I'll try and get the Skype up. Oh, I'm not signed in. RedDevilWeekly says, I guess United as a whole should be blamed. Well, I mean, I think that's a very kind of level-headed opinion, to be fair, from you, Red Army MUFC, because I think a lot of people are clamouring to blame Jose, and some people who are really backing Jose, and some people are all are going to blame Woodward. But I do think it's a collective. It's a collective of the three, the triangle of blame: the players, the manager, and Ed Woodward. All collectively need to buy in and accept responsibility for what's going on, because they've all had a part to play in the mess that's going on right now. Ed Woodward didn't get Jose Mourinho the signings he wanted, didn't properly back him in the transfer window. Mourinho, you could potentially say his squad selection and his team selection is very, very questionable. You could say a lot of things. So I don't know. I don't know who you should blame. The players as well. The likes of Pogba, Sanchez. I mean, for the money they're on, they need to be up in their game. Let's be honest. And Lukaku as well, missing chances. I think, as I said, that there's a triangle of blame, and I think there are three parties who need to collectively take responsibility for what's going on at the moment. But as I said, in this debate, you guys can have your say who you think is having the biggest kind of impact, and if Jose Mourinho really is the right man for Manchester United. As I said, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get the Skype open. Oh, right. I'm trying to get this on. Right, I think we might be in. Okay, so it looks like we're about to log on to Skype, so if you guys want to, feel free to call in to the stream. My Skype is in the description down below, and you can have your say on the stream and give your thoughts on the stream. Crazy Pizza Gaming says hi, welcome to the stream, Crazy Pizza Gaming, thanks for joining me. If you haven't already, guys, please do feel free to leave a like, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Fergie United says, Martial staying is the only good news that gets me out of the bed in the morning. Yeah, I know, to be fair, the news surrounding United at the moment has been absolutely abysmal, I've got to say. I think, obviously, you know, it's great to see Martial signing a new contract, and I think it's really positive news, but I mean, with the Martial situation, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? It looks like he's going to sign a new contract, but I doubt he's going to be played under Jose Mourinho. Now, whether it's him, you know, knowing he's going to outlast Jose Mourinho, and you know, knows he's going to stay at the club longer than Mourinho. Ed Woodward has told Martial possibly that, you know, Mourinho's going to get sacked at the end of the season, and Martial wants to kind of, you know, stay and knows when a new manager comes in, he's going to get a lot more game time. Maybe that's the case. Welcome, Ricky. Welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Great to see you back on the streams, mate. He says, this year we should be winning either the Premier League or the Champions League, and I can't see that happening, so Mourinho has to go. Can't just let him stay because of his record in the past. What matters is the present. I mean, it's a good point, Ricky. I've got to say, it's a good point. I think that, you know, this is the third year that he's been at the club. You know, he hasn't been here for the first season. He's been here for 3 years at this football club. And oh yeah, oh no, I thought I was getting a call there. I might be getting a call actually. Am I getting a call? No. What's going on then? Oh no, it's alright. It's alright. Am I? Oh no, I'm not. I thought I was getting a call there, guys. Sorry. But I'll put my headphones in actually. But yeah, Ricky, no, I agree. I think he's been in the club for 3 years. We should be expecting at least a Premier League title. You know, at least be challenging properly for the Premier League. And with the start we've had, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. Oh, I've been echoing, haven't I? Guys, if you did hear that echo, I do apologise. I do apologise, my voice is echoing. Do apologise for that. But yeah, hopefully it's not echoing for you guys. Hopefully it's alright. But yeah, I agree. I think obviously, you know, we should really be expecting at least challenging for the Premier League title. And the fact that, you know, we're in this position that we are now, the fact that, you know, we're in such a mess right now is worrying. It definitely is worrying from a United fan point of view. But I think we need to ride this storm. We need to ride this storm. I don't think Mourinho is going to be walking out anytime soon. And I don't think, you know, Ed Woodward's going to get rid of him anytime soon. But you never know. You never know with football. You know, sometimes, you know, the board can just make a split decision like that and can get rid of him. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Mourinho's going to walk. I feel like he's going to stay until the end of the season, unless by Christmas we're in absolute dire straits. If we're like, you know, 8th or 9th by Christmas, I feel like he's going to get sacked. But I don't think we're going to be in that position. But fingers crossed anyway. All right, there's no echo. It's just because I can hear an echo in my headphones. That's why. But it's good. Good. There's no echo. Good. There's no echo. I can fix the echo just by doing this actually. But yeah, as I said, keep leaving your thoughts, guys. Keep leaving your thoughts in the live chat. Obviously, I want to hear what you guys have to say on this debate, because it is a fan debate. I want to get your thoughts. Welcome, Manchester United Fans TV. Welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. If you haven't already, please do feel free to leave a like. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Let's try and hit 10 likes on the stream, guys. That'd be absolutely brilliant. As well, if you are watching this as a video, please do feel free to get your thoughts in the comment section down below. Manchester United Fans TV says he wants Mourinho to stay. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, here's my verdict on Jose Mourinho. I'm definitely not Mourinho out at this moment in time. I'm still Mourinho in. I'm still backing Jose Mourinho. In some ways, as I said at the start of this stream, I kind of felt sorry for him. I thought, you know, he hasn't really been backed in the transfer window, and you know, he hasn't got the players he wanted. And you can bet your bottom dollar that if we had Toby Alderweireld in that centre-back role instead of Phil Jones, 2 of those goals wouldn't have been conceded. I think also the fact that you know, Alderweireld and Smalling would have played next to each other, I think it would have just sort of calmed everyone down, knowing that you've got 2 decent centre-backs there. But unfortunately, we haven't we didn't bring in Alderweireld, we didn't bring in Harry Maguire, didn't bring in Varane, didn't bring in anyone. And unfortunately, Jose Mourinho hasn't been backed. And maybe his team selection is him protesting to the board, saying, you know what, this is what you've left me with. But I don't really agree with that sort of protesting, because I think we have spent a lot of we have spent a lot of money on the team. We spent, what, 300, 400 million on the team. We've got decent enough players in that squad. Potentially, there's a few bits that need tweaking, maybe an extra centre-back. But apart from that, our squad, the amount of money we've spent on it, should be good enough to be challenging for the Premier League title. So, there you go. I don't know. Ricky says here he isn't the only person to blame, but he spent around 300 million, maybe a little more, but he should be spending more wisely. Mickey by Lindelof, Ibra short term, Pogba not looking good. Yeah, that's the thing. I think we have spent a lot on this team, and obviously I don't like to use the money excuse, but we spent a lot of money on this team, and a lot of money since Jose Mourinho's been here. So I just don't see why. He's kind of protesting, saying he hasn't been given the signings he wanted. But who knows? Maybe the signings he's brought in weren't his signings. Maybe, as you said, they're MUFC with the Varane signing. Maybe they're more shirt-selling signings. Because the Pogba deal was apparently 2 years in the making. Now, the Pogba deal, obviously Mourinho signed Pogba in his first season. So if it was 2 years in the making, it would suggest that Mourinho had nothing to do with Paul Pogba coming to United. So whether Pogba was his signing, I don't know. Rilami says, are Smalling and Jones really the scapegoats? I mean, that's the thing. Obviously, they've been here at the club for quite a while, and we should have got rid of them. We really should have got rid of them. And I think, Jose Mourinho is Jose Mourinho and the board are the ones to blame for not getting rid of those two players. So there you go. Welcome Cassie Grimshaw, welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. If you aren't already, please feel free to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. He says, I want him out. I never liked him when he came to United. Yeah, I think there are a few United fans who share that kind of opinion. I think there's a few United fans who say, you know what, when he first came to United, they could smell a rat, they could sense that, it was kind of, it was going to go this way eventually. And I think with Jose Mourinho, he's never really kind of gone to a club and finished the club with any sort of grace. He's always kind of left the club in kind of a bit of a state, and he's always kind of left the club in a bit of disgrace. Obviously at Chelsea, twice, and things like that. And I don't know. I just don't want it to end badly for Jose Mourinho. I want it to end well. I want it to go out on a high, and I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Cassier says, I'm 14 years old, I live in London, England, and support Manchester United and Rochdale. Well, fair enough, fair enough. Welcome to the channel, it's decent. It's great that you are here, great that you're sharing your opinion, so welcome Kashi, welcome to stream. And hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right, by the way. I do apologise if I'm not pronouncing your name right, just let me know. Ricky says, maybe they weren't his signings, but I still think you have world-class players like Pogba. You should build a team that can get the best out of him. Yeah, I mean, we see, we see in the French national team, Pogba seems to be the kind of focal point. He seems to be the guy in the dressing room, banging on the tables, really, inspiring the other players around him. And I think, Laurent Blanc, not Laurent Blanc, the French manager, I've forgotten his name, has actually done really, really well in kind of building a kind of strong base around Pogba and letting him be a leader in that squad. And unfortunately, I don't really see that at Manchester United. But it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. But yeah, I think when you have a player like Paul Pogba, who clearly is a bright talent, you need to build a team around him. You need to make him feel important. You need to make him, let him play the way he wants to play, because he is a class player on his day. Cassie said, do you know my friend Pizza? A crazy piece of gaming was in the stream. So yeah, I do know your friend Pizza. So yeah. But yeah, as I said, guys, if you haven't already, please do feel free to leave a like as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Please do feel free as well. If you are watching and you are new, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 400 subscribers. So if you are new, please do feel free to subscribe to the channel. Welcome, Rasmus. Welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Good to see you on the stream. That's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, welcome, Rasmus. But yeah, keep leaving your thoughts in the live chat, anything you guys want me to discuss. One of the things I want to mention to you guys who are still watching, I will be doing a Champions League live reaction. Obviously, the Champions League draw is tomorrow. We're in pot 2, which means we could potentially get the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, those sort of teams, and we could get a difficult group. We really could get a difficult group. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. I am going to do a live reaction to the Champions League group stage draw for Manchester United. So please do feel free to join me. I'm not sure when it is, but I will be live doing a live reaction to that draw. And, you know, whilst we're there, we can talk about our hopes for the Champions League. I remember about this time last season, I was talking to you guys about what your hopes were for the Champions League. And a lot of people said, you know, if we got to the quarterfinals, they'd be happy. But I'm really, you know, I'm really interested to hear, you know, what you guys have to say, what you guys, you know, would have to say now with the situation we're in. You know, where do you think, you know, in the Champions League would be a realistic target for us? What do you still think quarterfinals is the minimum, or do you think we could go further, or do you think we can't go as far? Please do let me know, and obviously I'll be doing a live reaction to that, a live watch along, if you like, of the Champions League group stage draw, which would be really good. Cheers for watching, Kashi. Appreciate kids watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Also, subscribe to all the channels in the links in the description down below as well, my friend. But yeah, as I said as well, you know, a like goes a long way, and I've got to say the support you guys have been showing on the videos and things when I was away has been absolutely fantastic, and hopefully we can continue that support on future streams because it's been absolutely mental. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Apparently it's 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. So yeah, I will join you at 5 o'clock tomorrow night for that one, and it's going to be decent. I'm hoping we can have you know, hopefully we can have a very exciting draw. Hopefully. Welcome Johnny Balls. Welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. If you haven't already, please feel free to leave a like. But welcome back to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. He says Mourinho is a gobshite. I'm sure you agree. Well, to be fair, I think, you know, Mourinho, you know, in his press conferences, has been acting like a bit of a gobshite, to be honest. Now, I'm still Mourinho in, but I do think that those sort of press conferences, I find it quite difficult to defend him. Obviously, you know, he's talking more about himself than the club, and, you know, saying that, oh yeah, you know, respect me, I've won 3 titles. You know, that definitely is true, but, you know, it doesn't mean you have to keep saying it and things like that. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Obviously, it's a debate. You guys leave your thoughts. But it's a decent... Thanks for joining, Johnny. Appreciate it, and I appreciate your comment, mate. Ricky says, I hope we get a good draw. Real Madrid, Roma, and Porto is what I'd love to be our group. Yeah. I mean, I tell you what, it's a difficult group. I think it would really provide some entertainment for us. I think we haven't really been tested against the Europe's elite in the Champions League for quite a while, and I want to see this side tested. So yeah, I think that'll be a decent group. Obviously, playing against Real Madrid will be interesting without Ronaldo as well. They're a bit weaker, so who knows? Paige Davis, welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. If you aren't already, please feel free to leave a like if you aren't already. He says, I want you to know I never liked him when he came in. Yeah, we've had a few people on the stream already saying that sort of thing as well, saying, you know, when he first came in, they could smell a rat, saying he wasn't the right man for Manchester United. And maybe right now they're being proven right. Maybe right now is where they're being proven right. You don't know. Rasmus says, can the rumours of Martial signing an extension be to get more money when they sell him? I hope it means either a peace between him and Mourinho, which is not likely, or Mourinho leaving. Well, yeah, I think obviously, you know, that is a good point, Rasmus. You know, it could just be the club, you know, giving him a 5-year deal, and then meaning that when other clubs, you know, eventually come in for Martial, it's going to be very difficult for them to kind of, kind of buy Martial. Also, as you guys have said in the chat there, it could be, you know, Ed Woodward saying to Jose Mourinho, even though, you know, saying that Martial is more important than Mourinho, and we want to keep Martial at the club, even if it means, you know, pissing off Mourinho a bit. And yeah, it could lead to Mourinho leaving, because I'm not sure if you'll like that decision. But yeah, it's a good point, Rasmus. It's a good point you made there. Ricky says there, or Juve instead of Roma, and Atletico instead of Real. Again, there's so many different kind of combinations which would be really tasty ties for us in the Champions League. But I'm looking forward to the Champions League, because really there's not too much pressure on us, because, you know, the way we're going right now, I just want to take my mind off it, really. So it'll be good to take my mind off it with the draw that's going on tomorrow. And I will be doing a live reaction to that. Welcome, Man United Max. Welcome to stream, Max. Thanks for joining, mate. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. If you haven't already, go and check him out in the link in the description down below. Very, very good Manchester United channel. So go and check him out. But yeah, he says Martial contract could mean the departure of Mourinho. Yeah, I totally agree. Obviously, we've touched on that just there. But yeah, I totally agree, Max. It could be. It could well be. Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. Ricky says, I was very excited when Mourinho joined. First season was great, except for finishing 6th. Second season, we started flying, and then the season went dead, and we lost the Champions League. Now we're crumbling. Yeah. It doesn't look good, does it, guys? It doesn't look good. But I thought, you know, the way we started the second season or last season of Jose Mourinho, it was so encouraging. It really was encouraging. And, you know, we thought, you know, maybe this is our year. Maybe, you know, to quote Liverpool fans, maybe this is our year. You know, maybe we'll actually start to challenge for the title. And we almost did, but Man City were just on another level. They were absolutely superb. So it was just annoying, but yeah, it just looks like the way we've started this season doesn't look good at all. And against Burnley, we really need to turn it around. We need to turn it around. If we don't turn it around, we could be in big trouble. We could be in big trouble. And also, we got to an FA Cup final as well, so we were so close to silverware. So, all in all, if we did actually win the FA Cup, it wouldn't have been too bad of a season, in my opinion. My YouTube, welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. If you aren't already, please do feel free to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Also, please do leave a like as well if you aren't already. He says United needs better players. Well, I do think that Jose Mourinho hasn't really been backed properly in the transfer window with the funds that we have at our disposal. And I think if he was properly backed in the transfer window, I think, you know, if he was properly backed in the transfer window, I think we wouldn't have started that badly. I think if he was able to bring in the centre back that he evidently wanted, and if he was able to bring in the players that he wanted, I don't think we would have been in this situation right now. But that's just my opinion. Paige Davis says, I was sad when Rooney left and went to Everton. Yeah, I mean, I think, to be fair, in my opinion, I thought Rooney was, you know, kind of past it at that point. I thought it was the right decision to let Rooney go. Obviously, you know, with your favourite player being Wayne Rooney, I'm not sure, you know, you might not agree, but I think that, you know, you might think that Rooney, you know, should have stayed, but I guess the only thing that Wayne Rooney would have been able to provide was a leader in that dressing room, because we desperately need someone like a Roy Keane in that dressing room, but we just don't have it. So, but yeah, Fergie United says, I'd like to avoid Bayern Munich. No, Bayern, Madrid and Barca, yeah. I think those three teams would absolutely wipe the floor with us, to be honest. So I want a bit of a challenge, but I don't want a challenge which is just impossible for us, basically. So yeah. Ricky says, I meant the FA Cup final, my bad. And yeah, the Champions League we lost to Sevilla, that was awful, yeah. And I think for a lot of United fans, the Sevilla game was a bit of a turning point. A lot of them, you know, saw the Sevilla game and thought, you know what, you know, Mourinho's not the right man. And I don't know. If we can do better in the Champions League than we did last season, if we get to the quarterfinals, I think a lot of United fans will be satisfied with that. I think I'd be satisfied if we got to the quarterfinals and just gave it a go from there. But obviously, you guys can have your say. Ricky says, I just wonder if the entire Man City squad decided they wanted to play for Mourinho and came to Old Trafford. Would we be getting anywhere near as many goals, points, and entertainment as they're getting? It's a fair point, you know, and obviously this whole debate tonight is about whether Jose Mourinho is the right man, whether it's his fault that we're in this situation, and potentially, you know, if the Man City squad came, if we had Man City squad, you know, would they play for Jose Mourinho? I mean, for me, I don't think he would have got the best out of the players, you know, the players like Sane, Sterling, Aguero, these sorts of players. I don't think he would have got the best out of them. Kevin De Bruyne as well. And so I think in that way, Pep Guardiola's man management seems to be paying off better than Jose Mourinho's. So yeah, I agree with you, Ricky. I don't think they would. Paige Davis, thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining. And by the way, I realise you're a girl now. I realise you are a girl, so fair play. Rasmus says, I hope the board won't hire another defensive manager. It's disgraceful that they have hired 3 defensive managers since Fergie. Or maybe I should say 2, as Moyes was Alex Ferguson's recommendation. Well, it's a good point, Rasmus. Obviously, the last 3 managers have had similar dull styles of play. But possibly it could be could be to do with the club. You never know. I mean, is it a coincidence? I don't know. But I mean, look, I think the two favourites to come in if Mourinho was to go would be Mauricio Pochettino and Zinedine Zidane. So two very, very good managers. It's a bit of a controversial one, but for me, I'd probably take, I'd probably take Pochettino over Zidane. I think, yes, Zidane's obviously won 3 Champions Leagues, but I have to say, Zidane did get a bit lucky with the squad he inherited. Inherited one of the best teams, the Real Madrid have ever produced, and they went on to win 4 Champions Leagues on the bounce. So, they were a fantastic team, and I think it would be very, very difficult for him to come into the squad we have now and completely overhaul it and change it. So, there you go. But yeah, I'll probably go with Pochettino. Logan Smith, welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please do leave a like. If you haven't already, that'd be absolutely fantastic. He says, I'll be laughing at your nose when you're great managers and a big Man City fan. Yeah, well, yeah, I know. That's the thing. Obviously, rival fans are going to laugh at us, but fair play. We laugh at them, and we've had, 20 years of them, being in our shadow. So, they're going to, every time they get an opportunity, they're going to pipe up, aren't they? My YouTube says, who will be the new coach? Well, obviously, Jose Mourinho is still in a job right now, but you never know who's going to be the new coach, mate. You don't know. As I said, I think the two candidates right now are going to be... Zinedine Zidane and Mauricio Pochettino. And I think out of the two, the most likely will probably be Zidane. I think Pochettino, what he's doing with Spurs, I think he'll want to stay at Spurs for the long haul, and he wants to kind of see his tenure at Spurs, see his kind of see the job that he's doing, kind of see it to the end. So I think, unfortunately for us, I think Pochettino won't be coming. So I think Zidane probably will come. But obviously, you guys can have your say. Ricky says, completely agree, Rasmus. Our board know nothing about football, which is sad. Football is now a business, not a passion. Money drives the game. Yeah, I know. I mean, most of the big money owners of clubs are American football owners. They're Americans. They're people from Asia. They're people who don't really understand football and are not in the business of football to win football matches. They're in the business of football to make money, and fair play, they're making money, but they are in the process really, not endearing themselves to any of the Man United fans, and that's why there's all the protests and things like that for the Glazers and all that sort of stuff. Fergie United says, what did you think of Luke Shaw on Monday? I thought he had a fantastic performance. I thought Luke Shaw did really, really well, and I think he has been one of the shining lights in a kind of 2 weeks full of negativity. I think his performance this season, he's really come out of his shell, and he's really starting to affirm himself as a first choice left back at Manchester United. And a lot of Man United fans were saying we needed another fullback to come in, and I think Luke Shaw is really impressing us, and I think Luke Shaw's doing really well. It really is doing well. So hopefully he can continue his good form, and I think he will do. And it does look like, from what we've seen, that the relationship between Jose Mourinho and Luke Shaw seems to be improving. So it looks good for Luke Shaw, which is great. It's great. Logan Smith says he supports Man City. Well, fair play. We welcome all fans on the channel. We welcome all fans. And thanks for tuning in, Logan. Appreciate it. My YouTube says Manchester would have to sign the best players in the world in each position. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. Are you talking about kind of Zidane? If Zidane was to come in, well, that's the thing. I mean, I think Zidane, it would be very, very difficult for him to kind of come straight away. To come in straight away and change everything, unless he had an unlimited budget. Now, obviously, there are a few rumours going around that that Ed Woodward is purposely not funding Jose Mourinho to kind of make sure that so that Mourinho goes, and then we can bring in another manager which you can give a fresh 200-300 million budget to. So I don't know what you guys feeling on that, but yeah. Ricky says, your club was buried under the ground 10 years ago. How does that feel? Yeah, I know. Yeah, Man City were founded in, what, 2010? Anyway, Rasmus says, I was surprised that Jose actually praised Luke Shaw. Yeah, it does seem surprising with all the comments he's come out with, but maybe, Luke Shaw, and good on him, he started to kind of, kind of prove to Jose Mourinho, let his football do the talking and show him that he's ready for the fight, and that he's doing really well. So hopefully, long may that continue with Luke Shaw. The Horse T33N says, yo, Spurs 3-0 versus Man United, you Spurs, yeah. He says he supports Burnley. Well, fair play. We are playing Burnley on Sunday, and I will be doing a preview for that, so don't worry about that. Rasmus here says, but Luke Shaw has been the only player that could hold his high in the last 2 games. Yeah, exactly. He's the only player who has been consistent this season so far. Yes, we've only played 3 games, but what we've seen from Luke Shaw is very, very exciting indeed. So, as I said, hopefully he can continue it. Ricky says, good luck in the Europa League on Thursday. Well, tomorrow. Yeah, I know, yeah. But yeah, look. It's gonna. I mean, the situation right now is a bit of a mess, but I mean, I'm still backing Jose. I'm still backing him. I feel like he can turn this around, and I will give him time to turn it around. But my patience is wearing thinner and thinner by the result. And if we play poorly against Burnley and we don't get a result against Burnley, my patience will keep wearing thinner and thinner. But I don't like sacking managers. I don't want to become a Chelsea or a Real Madrid where you just it's a manager carousel. It seems like when manager gets in 2 or 3 seasons and they leave. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, as I said, you guys can have your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm probably going to leave it there for now. I think we've had a decent debate tonight, and you guys have had your say in the live chat. I really do appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, go and check out all the channels in the description down below. Subscribe to the channel, of course, if you are new. Rasmus on the last question here says, it seems we have no chance of winning the league. Then, if not us, who would you want to see win the league? Well, out of the ones we've got left, I wouldn't want to see Man City or Liverpool win the league. I think I want to see Spurs win the league. I think just because they haven't won the league before, it'd be a bit of a change. But I mean, you guys can answer that in the live chat. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the support tonight. Leave a like if you aren't already, and subscribe to the channel if you are new, of course. And subscribe to all the channels in the description as well. And I'll see you tomorrow for the live watch-along of the Manchester United Champions League draw for the group stages. It's going to be a good one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.